Hi everybody. I'm gonna share today my first place deck from release day. We had a 45 player tournament here in LA, and I was playing Steel Amber, and I'm gonna show you guys how I took it down the whole tournament. I went undefeated, and here's my first place deck. Here we go. So first, I'm running 4 Lilos. Best one drop in the game. You could say that also for Maleficent, the purple one. Then I have 4 stitches. So the 4 stitches and the Lilo, of course, you're always going to play the Lilo first, unless you have, of course, Stitch Rockstar. That way you can shift it. Next after that, I have 4 Simbas. The Lilo Simba, that's like the best combo in the game early on. So when you have your opening hand and you mulligan and you have 1 Simba and everything else is high, just keep the Simba, send back 6 cards, unless one of them is a Lilo, then you can just keep, a Stitch, you can keep the Stitch and the Simba together, but you're hoping for a Lilo. That way you could go Lilo Simba, but Stitch Simba is not bad at all, okay? Now, for backup, if say you have a Simba or a Lilo first, this is your backup right here, Prince Eric. Now, why Prince Eric? Well, he has a 3 defense for 2, right? So if you challenge something early on that's a 2-2 or a 2-3 and you can knock it out because he gets +2 on the challenge, you can follow him up later on with Rapunzel and heal him and just draw a bunch of cards, and that's just devastating early on. So that's my logic, and that's why I run 4 Prince Eric as backup for Simba. Now, for my 3rd drop, of course, I'm going to have 4 Hercules. Now, Hercules is amazing because he's a bodyguard, and sometimes, say they play Rafiki, you could stop them from, taking out your Simba and your Lilo after that, and Hercules is just, if you go first, you have that play of Lilo, Simba, Hercules, and it's just devastating. And if they have Rafiki, which everybody's playing purple-red, it'll stop it right away, After that, my 4th drop, my other 3rd drop is Tinkerbell, of course. We're running big Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, so I always want to shift. And my idea is if I have Tinkerbell and I follow it up with Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, then I could grab your swords, but that's just jumping ahead of the video. So let's just show you that I have 4 Tinkerbells. Then after that, I have 4 Donald Ducks. 4 Donald Ducks because, of course, he's a bodyguard and he could attack anything evasive. And he has strong body, 2-5, and he's also a high defensive, just like Tinkerbell. For Rapunzel could, draw you some cards and makes Rapunzel just more valuable. And if you notice something already, I already showed you 4 bodyguards here. Hercules is a bodyguard, and Simba's a bodyguard, so remember that. All right, so my other drops are over here. I have 3 Rapunzels and 2 Hades. The Rapunzel, of course, is a card draw. You go ahead and heal. For each damage that you heal, you draw a card. Why the Hades? Well, the Hades is very important, and I'll get to that in a minute, because my idea is you want your best cards at all times. Hades will get you your best cards back and put pressure. Say if they have any elimination, like Dragon Breath or anything like that, you get your best cards back. It doesn't matter what they take out, if it's something like Lilo, or if it's a Stitch or a Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, or some of your best cards, you get them back with Hades. Hades is really good, and I run 2 of them. I could run 4, but I'll show you the theme of the deck and tell you why I have everything that's inkwell castable. I don't want to get stalled out whatsoever. Then I have 3 Musketeer Tabards. Let me tell you why Musketeers Tabard is not exclusive to Musketeers. It's actually, it triggers for every bodyguard creature. So that includes, of course, the Simbas, and includes Hercules as well, as well as the Musketeers. So I have extra bodyguards, and from Musketeer to where we jump to Maximus, and that also triggers. Maximus is really good because you could quest, and then you could support something. So you could just pump up your Prince Eric and just make him like a 7 attacker right away and take something big out, or pump up a Hercules or pump up a Donald Duck with invasion and just take out an invasion creature out. So Maximus is like really good. If you feel like they're gonna drop something big, you don't have to bodyguard. You just leave him on tap, and if they drop that something big, say it's a Maui, then you go ahead and quest, support something small, and take out that Maui quick. And that's what I was doing to a lot of people at the tournament. Next, I have 4 Beasts. Everybody's playing Magic Mirrors. Everybody's playing Beast Mirrors. Everybody's running like a lot of really good, items. So this will break the items. I run 4 of them, and it's just gravy. It's a 4/4 for 5 that takes out an item, and I like it a lot. It's a great card. Then I have my one-offs. I have one Moana and I have one Goofy. The Goofy has bodyguard as well, and he heals 2 damage from each of your Musketeers. So say I have already a Donald Duck out, it'll heal it up, and maybe I have something else out that's a Musketeer, so and I'll probably heal it up too. Moana, why the one Moana? Because she's a 3 lore, and if I have all these bodyguards, after say it happened a lot at the tournament, they did be prepared, and I casted Moana, and I followed up with like a Hercules or a Simba, and she was if she's properly defended, all you need is a 1-off and she'll go all the way for you and win you the game. Then I have my 4 Stitch Rock Stars. So my 4 Stitch Rock Stars, they're to be shifted early. Now, when you're opening a hand, if you have a Stitch and a Stitch Rock Star, get rid of everything else and just look for a 2-drop and a 3-drop with blocker, like a bodyguard. Either hopefully you get a Simba or a Hercules, either or, and just do the combo out, and just it's a really great card. It's really good playing it shifted or by itself, as long as you have bodyguards. If you have bodyguards, it'll go all the way. And then my favorite card in the game, she's busted, Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell, this is my Hades target back. I'm always gonna get, if I could do a Hades lock where one Hades gets back the other Hades, I'll do that. But if I'm in a rough position, Hades will always get Tinkerbell back, and Tinkerbell just wins you the game. Tinkerbell, I always like shifting her early, as well as Stitch, because then I can follow it up with a grab your swords, which I haven't showed you yet. But that's one of my favorite plays, is just doing like a 4th turn shift Tinkerbell into grab your swords. That's 3 damage, and you just take out all your opponent's early aggression, and you just dominate the game. She's a house, and just having like Maximus as support for her or bodyguards for her, it makes her really, really good. Then I have my other one-offs. I have Taka, and I have, of course, Mickey. Now, Mickey, he's a defender, he's 2/7, but he's been really, really good. Just having the 1-off, when he hits the board, they're like, oh, shit. Like, his defense he becomes a nuisance to the opponent, where they can't find anything to take him out. They have to like 2-shot him, and he's like a 2-for-1, and he's that I like a lot. There's I don't think there's a card that could take him up 1-for-1, but he's a 2-for-1, and he plays great. Now Taka, he's just amazing too. Like, with all the bodyguards, this guy could just dominate the game, and all you want to do is just take out all the early aggression, and he takes out the early aggression, and he quests for 2, so that's why he's in the deck. He's amazing. And then my last 4 cards is grab your swords. Do I have any aerials? No, I'm not. My deck is not relevant to aerial, because my 3-drops are Hercules and Tinkerbell. And if I wanted aerial, yeah, sure, I could cut probably like 2 Beasts, and like cut maybe Moana and Taka, but I'd rather have those cards than aerial. Sure, I could go fish and just get like a grab your sword and get lucky like that, but grab your sword, I just see it playing early 4th turn shifted instead of having that aerial, or I could just cast it for 5. That's why I don't play aerial. But you can make a case. You guys could tune out the deck however you like. But just wanted to show you my first place deck that I got a release day, 45 players, and I hope this video helps you guys out. And for the mulligans, guys, I always send the banner back. I never keep the banner. It's always like, what matters is this: your 1 drop and your 2 drops. After that, then you look at your hand. If you have a Tinkerbell, you could, like, you know, mulligan aggressively for the giant fairy, or if you have the Stitch, you could, you know, mulligan aggressively and go for the Rockstar. I always keep 1 card or 2 card hands and mulligan 5 or 6 cards, because I'm looking for my combos. Here's one combo. My first combo is like I said, it's Lilo Simba. I will keep Stitch, Simba, if I already have Rockstar, so I'll send 4 back, you know? Or I'll keep a Simba with a Tinkerbell hand. And if I have a giant Tinkerbell, I'll keep those 3 and send 4 back, hoping for a 1 drop, you know? Just, the deck is great at opening hands, and you'll never have problems. Just, like I said, always send the banners back. Just draw into them. You don't need them early in your hand. And let me tell you the beautiful thing about my deck. My deck has only 11 non-inkable cards. Your 4 grab your swords, your 3 Musketeer bodyguards, and your 2 Hades. The more I love my defensive bodies, so Rapunzel's always gonna heal my 2 drops, my Simbas or my Prince Eric's, and they'll heal my Musketeer, my Hercules, my Tinkerbells, and my Donald Ducks. I'm giving big defensive bodies for my Rapunzels, for they could always be online. I noticed that I could go the Winnie route, where I have a bunch of like 2 defensive and guys, but Rapunzel does jack if you go that route. And I know you want to feed the Stitch, but honestly, Stitch will win you the game by itself with all the bodyguards, you know? So I like having my Rapunzel online. And I have enough card drop with the Rapunzels and also the Stitches. You know, play the deck. You'll love the deck. And if you guys want to tune it out, hey, you go ahead and tune it out however you like. Why I don't play a whole new world? I'm an aggressive deck where I'm casting something every turn, and I don't run out of steam, because I have Musketeer bodyguard, and I have so many bodyguards. Like, let's go over my bodyguard count. I have 4 Simbas, I have 4 Hercules, I have 4 Donald Ducks, I have 1 Goofy, and I have 1 Mickey Mouse. So, and my 4 Maximus. So I have a lot of bodyguards, and my bodyguard's always gonna card draw me. Like, people wanted to be prepared on me, and I'm like, sure, I'll go ahead and draw 3 or 8 cards, or 4 cards, or 2 cards, and I never ran out of steam. And because of my early game, I was so high in lore, I just finished the games out, and they couldn't do nothing. Guys, thanks for watching the video, and I hope you guys subscribe and watch future content. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.